Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo, and a few changes in the starting lineup this week. First game, divisional round, and one of the changes involves Chase Young. He hasn't been starting since he's been here, and Matt Maiocco he talks about everything that's been going on with this defense since Armstead went out, and then he talks about Chase Young and how he has his opportunity. Let's check this out real quick.
I feel more confident like the offense is going to go out there and do what they need to do. I think the defense will, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're getting at is, I mean, the offense has surpassed the defense.
Yes.
Right. I mean, and I think that's fair. I think that the run defense was pretty good, but there was a noticeable letdown when Eric Armstead left the lineup. And I think with the guys they had filling in for Armstead, they just weren't as good against the run. There's no other way to put it. And the numbers bear that out. I mean, they were allowing, probably, I think it was, 1.2 yards or maybe a little bit more from the time that when Armstead was in there to the time that he exited. And so now he's back. He did not play the final 5 games of the season, so will there be some rust there? I know he's kind of leaning on the fact that last year he did not play much at all in the regular season. He was battling a very similar thing, the plantar fascia or plantar fasciitis.
Yeah.
And when he got back on the field during the postseason, he was really good. So now let's see what Chase Young brings to the table, because Cleveland Ferrell remained the starter even after the acquisition of Chase Young. Ferrell was, kind of the base down guy, certainly to start the game. Now there's a lot more on the plate of Chase Young. Kind of before it was like he could be kind of the closer, even middle relief, just come in, not a whole lot of pressure. Anything he gives them is kind of a bonus. But now I think he's going to be playing so much of the game that if he struggles, it's going to show and it's going to be a problem. But it also gives him an opportunity to get back into the routine that he was in with the Commanders, where he was playing like 75, 80% of the snaps. And people in Washington were very happy with him and said, he's good against the run. He's getting after the quarterback. And so this is his opportunity. Forget the regular season. This is why the 49ers got Chase Young. It was to make a difference in these kinds of games, and he will have ample opportunity to make a big-time difference. And just kind of as a side note, set himself up for a major contract.
All right, man. So it's here, man. Playoffs are here, and Chase Young is finally having that chance. Farrell's out, and me personally, when I saw that Jacksonville game, he came off the bench. I was like, okay, obviously it's his first game. You're not going to want to start him and all this stuff. But week after week after week after week, he was coming off the bench, like on third downs and whatever. And to me, I was kind of tripping out, like, okay, this dude, he started with the Washington, and he's not getting his chance to start. And I like Farrell, but I don't love him. At the end of the day, I think he's just pretty much the same dude from the Raiders. No pass rush ability. Good against the run, but I think Niner fans and Niners reporters are kind of overhyping what he's done. But what do you think about this? What do you think about Chase Young getting his chance to finally start, and is it going to help our defense?
Yeah, man, it only makes sense. Why did we go after this guy if we were only going to use him for third down? Especially with the ability he has. We seen him in Washington that first year, man. He was dominant. I understand he got injured after that, kind of slowed him down a little. But even to start the year, he was freaking our highest sack guy before he ended up with us on the roster.
5 sacks before.
He had 5 sacks, which would have been leading the team. But since then, he was just, like you said, only on third down. And Farrell, I can't bash on him too much. He's playing a lot better than he did on the Raiders, but this might have been like a little bit of a silver lining, because now we finally get Chase Young, hopefully at least on 2 downs. On 2 downs. And then also your boy Bill is actually going to probably be able to get some snaps too. So it is a little bit of a silver lining. I do kind of wish we would have had Farrell over Gregory as our third guy.
Gregory really hasn't been
Gregory
getting it done.
hasn't been getting it done. He hasn't been sitting on the edge. So I would have actually preferred Farrell as our third guy. But I don't know what was going on this whole time, why he was just getting so many snaps. Like I said, he's not horrible, but he's just not a every down guy, you know? Where Chase Young, he has that ability to be a every down guy. He has that talent, like I said. Putting him opposite of Bosa, man, that's scary too. So, obviously, you don't want a guy to get hurt, which happened to Farrell, but at least now we get to see what this guy actually has.
Yeah, looking at the PFF scores against the Rams, because remember all of them played before Farrell got hurt. His run game wasn't even that great. It was 47.4. Gregory has been bad all year. It was 54.5. Chase Young was 60.8, which is pretty good. I mean, the Washington fans that I'm talking to were saying that he was actually really good against the run. So from the fact that he's not there in base situation, he's only there on third downs. That to me, I kind of question that, like, what the hell are you doing? But one thing that's a silver lining right there, Robert Beal, I was talking about his last game, he had a 70 grade against the run. That's what he's known for. At Georgia, I'm talking to Georgia fans, and they're saying we're trying to find another Robert Beal, the dude that could set the edge, because he was so great at it, and he actually played really good against the Rams. In the run game, I was like, yep, this is exactly what I saw from Robert Beal. But me, I'm not concerned. I know a lot of people, Greg Papa, I heard him on the radio saying, yeah, I don't know what we're going to do without Clean Farrell. But me, I think it's an upgrade. I think Chase Young, remember before we got him, I think he was number 3 or 4 in getting pressures to the quarterback. And he had a better quarterback pressure rate than Nick Bosa. So finally, he's getting his chance to start. And I think it makes a difference when you're starting and you're coming off the bench, especially in football, man. You want to be that starter. You want to be out there getting that quarterback, making a play in the run game, because it just pumps you up, gets you more jacked up. So I think this is a perfect situation. Me, like you said, if I'm the third dude, it's got to be Robert Beal. I have not seen enough from Gregory to be like, all right, I trust this guy, because he hasn't been good in the run. He hasn't been getting the pressures. He's been exactly what Sean Payton said he's been doing in Denver. You know, it's been a disappointment. I know we really didn't lose anything. I think we went down, 13, 14 spots in the draft, so it doesn't mean anything there. But I just haven't seen it from Gregory. That last game with Beal, I saw it. Exactly what I saw. I said he's the best rookie in this draft that we drafted, so I'm comfortable with him. I kept saying over and over, though, I really wanted to get Justin Houston, and I thought he actually looked really good against the Chiefs. He's the only one I think that had pressures against the Chiefs, so that would have been sick. But it is what it is. I know Jordan Willis is still out there. That's another guy who I kind of still think we should get. But I think we're going to roll with these guys. I think it's going to be these 4. Who knows if Farrell's going to come back. I don't know if he's going to come back if we win this game. I don't know if he's come back for the championship game. So we're going to roll with these 4 dudes. And I'm confident. I really am confident. This is why you trade for Chase Young. You trade a 3rd-round pick. You might as well use him, you know. And I like him, man. There's a reason why he was a 2nd pick in the draft. He was having a great season with Washington before we traded for him. Then he had to change his role, be the backup. But now him starting, him on one side, Nick Bosa on the other side, Eric Armstead inside with Hargrave, guys that are rested. I think these guys are going to cook. I'm not trying to sound like a fanboy or anything, but I really feel that these guys are going to cook. This is like the best front 4. If you look on paper, it's the best front 4 in the NFL, and we haven't been able to really get the sacks these last few weeks, but I think it all changes this week. I think all hands are on deck, and with Chase Young starting, I'm jacked. I'm really pumped, and I think that this defense is going to get up to par with our offense, who have been definitely on fire and definitely been the leaders this season.
Yeah, man, with this pretty much starting front 4, assuming that they play up to their potential and stuff, this reminds me almost of that New York Giants front 4 that they had in those early 2010, 2012 with
Michael
Strahan, Pierre Paul. Who's the other guy? OC. Yeah, I can't remember the 4th, but it kind of reminds me of that kind of front 4, you know, where every single one of them has the ability to get to that quarterback on any single possession, you know? So they have that ability. Now it's just go do it. Chase Young, this is why we traded that 3rd-round pick, like Sly said. It's essentially for this run right here. This is why we did it.
And there's so much motivation coming because he's a free agent.
Yeah,
so he's got it. He wants to get his money, and he's going to have these one-on-one matchups. Now, you know, what are you going to do? Are you going to double team Bosa? Or are you going to double team Chase Young? Chase Young is going to have that opportunity. So is Eric Armstead. So is Javon Hargrave. A lot of these guys are going to have one-on-one matches all game long. So they got to step up. They're fresh, and to me, it is kind of like the 2019 team with D Ford, Armstead, Bosa, and then Buckner. That, like, it's comparable. It really is. So we're gonna see what happens. But I feel that these guys right here, they're practicing this week together. They know they're gonna be the starters, and I think this is how it should be. I wish Farrell didn't get injured. However, I'm still a little shocked that this wasn't the starting lineup to begin with. This right here is the best starting lineup, in my opinion, no question about it. I don't care if Farrell some games has a good against the run. I think Chase Young's just as good, and I think Robert Beal might be our best on the edge. So I'm pumped up. I'm jacked up. This is what it should be, and I can't wait, baby. I wish this game was today.
All right, well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about this. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.